The genre I explored was alternate histories. I didn't explore strict realistic alternate histories, but included really imaginative alternate histories that books explored, like what if Superman was born in Russia and became a communist instead of an all-American hero? What if the Nazis had won World War II? What would the world be like today? Or what if a zombie plague broke out in medieval times and knights had to slash their way through hordes of the undead? Now, I thought, what better way to capture the spirit of alternate histories, the genre, than to create a choose-your-own-adventure story in which different options branch to different paths in your story. The different choices you make create different futures, and this is one of the most important themes of the alternate history genre. The tool I propose to use to help people, probably young adults, to participate in this activity is a free tool called Inkwriter, which is available online. You can sign up for free, and it only takes a moment. You just enter in your username, email, and a password, and that just ensures you can save your story that you create. Doing this activity will encourage participants to use their imagination and realize anything is possible. Here's a short demonstration of Inkwriter in use. This is a story that I've prepared earlier, so it's quite simple to use. Once you sign in, you just click on New, and you start off with a little bubble that you type text in. I've chosen to explore Albert Einstein and the various different paths the great genius we know of could have taken if you were his assistant. So I've written this out already, and it's quite easy. You just type out the first part of your story like I've done here, and then you have options at the bottom, like you can see over here, to add an option. You can add two options, like this. When he isn't looking, you rub out the E, or when he isn't looking, you rub out the little 2 in the formula over here, and then that option will branch off to another text box, and in this text box you just type out what you want here, and that may lead on to more choices. So it's very simple. Students will be able to pick this up, or anyone, young adults, even children will be able to pick this up very quickly. But I'll just show you a quick sample of what I've done. I wrote this in 5 minutes, and it's just a fun way to explore alternate history. So what if Einstein is the title. You are Albert Einstein's assistant, helping him figure out the theory of relativity. One day he discovers the theory of relativity, which is E equals mc squared. Now you can choose when he isn't looking, you rub out the E and replace it with a Z. Or when he isn't looking, you rub out the little 2 in the equation. I'm going to click on when he isn't looking, you rub out the E and replace it with a Z. This leads to scientists turn Einstein's theory into a delicious juice, but because you turned the E into a Z, it creates a zombie serum. Now what would have happened if we had chosen when he isn't looking, you rub out the little 2 in the equation. When scientists turn his theory into a bomb, the bomb drops on the ground with a thud, not exploding, just sitting there. Alright, now I've added 2 more options for you to choose. What will happen if you choose them? What histories will unfold? You suggest instead of E equals mc squared, it should be E plus mc squared. Okay, so when I do that, when Einstein brings this formula to scientists, they tell him that E plus mc squared equals a new word pronounced EMAC2, and tell him not only is he a genius at formulas, but also at English. The end. So in this alternate history timeline, he becomes a wordsmith as well. Or you suggest instead of E equals mc squared, it should be E minus mc squared. When Einstein brings his theory of E minus mc squared Scientists inform him that if they were to minus M from E, it would create a black hole, and he should not be so reckless with the alphabet. The end. And obviously, if I went back to write mode, I could add 2 more options here, and they could further branch out. You pat Einstein on the back, encouraging him not to give up. Or you tell Einstein he's stupid. And then what would happen if you encouraged him? Einstein's happy. And etc. So using this tool, this is just a really simple example, but I could get participants to choose any point in history, any figures in history, and use their imaginations to insert zombies or simply explore the political ramifications of wars being won by different people or inventions being created at different times. And if they do this, the genre of alternate history will explode and their interest in it will increase, and they will borrow many books, and they'll realize the genre is really fun.